Good morning, students. This online class is the continuation of the last class. Last class, we started with changing an interrogative sentence from direct into indirect speech. I also set the rules, the reporting verbs, etc. Now today, look at this sentence. The above mentioned questions, the auxiliaries do and does are omitted or removed at the main, and the main verb is changed into past tense. So I have given two examples in the previous class with do and does as auxiliaries, and the answer also given, and we remove do and does, and the main verb is changed into past tense. Next rule, important rule, is the conjunction that should not be used. Very important. When you report an interrogative sentence from direct indirect speech, you should not use the conjunction that, just like you used the conjunction that in the statement. The statement you have to use the conjunction of the reporting verb, but you should not use that in the case of interrogative sentence after the reporting verb. Now there is other type of questions. You know that there are two types of questions: WH questions and yes or no questions. WH questions are called in such a way because most of the interrogative pronouns or question words form with WH. What, WH, why, when, where, etc. There are question words also without WH, but commonly they are called as WH questions. And there are yes or no questions. That is, the question begins with an auxiliary verb. You know, there are 23 auxiliaries there. Am, is, are, was, were, could, do, does, did, may, might, will, would, can, could, must, etc. We make questions with any of these auxiliary verbs, and the answer of this question either yes or no. Example: can you lift the table? Yes, I can. No, I cannot. That's why they are called yes or no questions. And this yes or no question, when we change an yes or no question from direct to indirect speech, there are special rules are there. You should notice it. Example: Rita said. Before that, if the question is yes or no question after the reporting verb, or if there is an object, then after the reporting of the object, use E for whether. Very important. E for whether after the reporting verb, or if there is an object, after the object. Example: Rita said, do you have a pen? Rita asked if he had a pen. We use if after the reporting verb, and rules are same. Second person is changed into object of the verb. Object is not given, but we can give an object. Here, do you have a pen? Rita asked him if he had a pen. That's correct. Him is not mentioned. And verb have, present tense changed to had. Second, do you know the way to the railway station? The man said to him. Here object is given him. So the man asked him whether he, the you is changed into he because him the object. He knew the way to the railway station. If the auxiliary in the question is did, that is to be changed into had. So we use had in the place of did. And main verb is to be changed into past participle form of the verb. Very important. If the auxiliary is did in the question sentence or interrogative sentence, that it is changed into had. And the main verb is changed into past participle because past tense, that question is in the past tense. Past tense the direct way is changed into past perfect tense. That is why did is changed into had. I hope you understand. In the WH question and yes or no questions, the same rule should be applied. There is no change. There is no change. Only the change is we use E for whether in the yes or no questions. We should not do E for whether in the WH questions. And we should not use that both questions. And both questions, after WH question word, use subject. Here, subject, when we use E for did, E for whether after the reporting verb. So that is the. Now, example, why did you go to the market yesterday? He said to him. He asked him why he had go to the market the previous day. No. Did is changed to had. You is changed to he because object of the reporting verb is him. The past participle of the verb gone. To the market, the timing is yesterday, that is changed to previous day. So rule is same. Did you complete your homework? The teacher said. So a yes or no question with this is an yes or no question. Start with we did. So the answer, the teacher asked whether he had completed his homework. Because we should not give the object. We think the object is him. So otherwise the teacher asked him whether he had completed his homework. Here you is changed into he. Like him completed the you is changed into he because object is him. So did you complete your homework? The teacher asked. Teacher said, but there is no object. We can assume the teacher said to him, then no problem. If there is no object is given, we can give an object, and the you second person always should be in the person of the object reporting verb. That is important thing. If the reporting is the object is given, well and good, follow that object. If the object is not given, you can give an object, and or me or us or them or him, etc., or you. Then you follow that, and you should be changed into that object, person of the object. That is very important. So this is about interrogative sentence. 2 classes are taken for explaining reporting interrogative sentences. I hope you understand. Study the rules. So in the interrogative sentence, the question word is mainly asked. Reporting verb is mainly asked. And we can use inquired or demanded, etc., according to the sense of sentence. And you should do, the rules are same. WH and the question word, the word order of the interrogative sentence should be changed. Instead of auxiliary of the question word, put subject. Then do, does should be taken out. Did is changed into had. In the case of yes or no question, we have to use E for whether after reporting verb. And there are other rules. The change of pronouns and tenses and possessive adjectives are the same, just like statements. So study well. Thank you for listening to the class. Please study. If you have real interest, you can study it easily, otherwise you won't study. That is a fact. I am doing my duty. I try to explain as clearly as possible. If you go through, listen, and if you have doubt, you can ask me when in the school, and they will give my number. Okay, that is good. Thank you. Have a nice day.